Hello and welcome back to Finding the Dive. I'm Bill. With me tonight is Keith and John, and we're going to be talking about the SS United States, its sinking, where it's at as far as the project to get it sunk, the controversies surrounding it, and to start things off, Keith is going to play a small little video clip from March 18th last month about the sinking and how it was pushed to April. Go ahead, Keith.
New today, Okaloosa County saying the SS United States is set to be deployed early May. It was initially scheduled for early April. The ocean liner docked in Mobile last year. It's being prepped for one final voyage, a controlled sinking 22 miles west off Destin, Fort Walton Beach. They're set to be a world largest artificial reef with this sinking. The SSUS shattering the transatlantic speed record in 1952 and then spent decades carrying presidents, celebrities, dignitaries, and everyday travelers. Since arriving in Mobile last year in March, crews have been getting the ship ready for its last chapter. Not everyone is on board. Some argue the ship should be saved, not sunk. SS United States controversy saying that there are plans for a museum display featuring the smokestacks and a documentary in the works. When the ship does depart, Okaloosa County plans to live stream the reefing with public viewing parties so people can watch. The exact deployment date, that depends on the weather.
Spring already here.
All right. Thank you, Keith. So clearly it got pushed back. A lot of people said it was because of lawsuits, this, that, and the other. All the research I found, it had to do with the abatement, getting rid of lead paint and oils and things of that nature, and sign off by the Coast Guard and the EPA. So... And what I like about it is that they are going to keep the two funnels and the crow's nest, and the park rendering that they've shared is really fantastic. What else you got to show with us, Keith? Share with us, Keith.
Well, what I have is I have the map of where they're pretty much supposed to be reefing it. So let me share that real quick. You said you had renderings of the park they're going to do?
Yes, but not here. We can find them real easily. So I like what the thoughts are behind it. It looks pretty good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and share that map real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, you can clearly see where Destin's at, Fort Walton Beach, and Pensacola over here. And
where's the ship right now?
Right now, it is in Mobile. So I don't know if I can
to the left, correct? Further to the left.
Yeah, let me zoom out of this just a little bit. Maybe I can get to it. Not from here, but not from this map. No.
Do we have an idea or a relative location to the Oriskany? Since the Oriskany was sort of out of Pensacola as well, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, I don't think they're too far apart. I don't know what the exact distance is, but I don't think they're too far apart. When we were talking to one of the dive shops about diving it in the future, they were talking about that it would be a double hitter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Go further out, hit the Oriskany first, and then come in, hit the SS United States, and then hit some shallower on the way back in. That would make for a fantastic
It'd make an awesome day.
dive. Yeah, it would be a very awesome day. The charter company that we've talked to is it's more of a liveaboard, but they've got 4 other boats. Most of them are day runners except for the one, and they're planning on running a pretty much a 3-day kind of a cruise and doing nothing but 5 days worth of diving on the United States when she's put down. That'd be fantastic. I know when I did
staying on site for 5 days.
Correct. Yes, staying on site for 5 days. Yeah, and that was an all-inclusive booking, charter booking. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I've got the card laying around here somewhere, but it was about $1,200 per person. So
All right.
provide 5 days worth of diving, plus meals. I don't think you can beat that.
No, that seems quite reasonable.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find the map real quick where they actually got it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And of course,
So
it's the one
while
thing I
Keith's-
can't pull up.
while Keith's trying to find that, some of the things that are keeping this I don't know, boat in such controversy are you got a group of people that want to save the ship. They feel like she is historic. She is worth saving. But as I've seen in my studies and when Keith and I saw it, she's been gutted for 20 years. There's really nothing left on the inside, and she's just old and rusty. I mean, I think this is the best case scenario for this ship other than scrapping. John, you live in Michigan and the Great Lakes, and you have some of the most fantastic wrecks I've ever seen in my life. But those are natural wrecks, shipwrecks, where they went
Correct.
down with everything, not a hulk. I mean, to my knowledge, I don't think you've ever said anything about a hulk.
No, there's very, very few purpose sunk wrecks. Most of them are smaller. There's a few tugboats and barges and the like, something a lot smaller. But by and large, everything that's up here has all been unintentionally sunk. Weather, accidents, fire, a variety of things.
All right, so if I had to do a guess, I'm going to have to say it's going to be right about here somewhere is where they're looking to sink it.
So
Yeah, so not too far from the Big O.
And you know what?
No.
Remember when we were talking to that lady, Keith? She talked about hitting other wrecks along the way.
Right.
I wonder if those
You're
are.
talking about the one in Panama City?
Yeah. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's either that or she's talking about the ones coming back home.
Probably. Well, if they're going to be setting out, well, they were supposed to be setting out in Destin, I thought, that day.
They are. Yeah, they are.
I'm not sure what else they got here. But, I mean, if they're going to do it coming back here to Panama City, then, yeah, you have all these wrecks that she was talking about the day we went to go visit her.
Yep.
So, I mean, that is a possibility. They may end up doing just for the sinking, she may only be doing it from Destin, like she was talking about, because it's going to be coming to go out and wait and just see what happens and then, come back. So there might be like a dive or two in she was talking about doing the day of or the day before, because I remember she was saying something about that. But I guess when they finally get it all set up in her shop, it'll probably be these over here. When she comes out of Panama City, they can do all this, come out here, check that, then come in and do all these dives for that liveaboard.
Yep.
That's what I'm guessing, if I had to guess.
I tell you what, we need.
That'll
to
be a
talk
longer run
about-
from Panama City toward the Oriskany and the SS United States. Looking at your triangled chart that you had up there, Keith, it was from Destin and Pensacola was 20 and 22 miles respectively. So it's got to be pushing 40 miles or more, maybe 60 from Panama City.
Pensacola is 29 nautical miles from Destin it is 20 nautical miles.
20.
Give me a second, I'll pull that back up.
Yeah, so Panama City, that'd be a lot longer run. I mean, if you're going to do a liveaboard, then it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And
So if she's going to do a liveaboard for that, that would make sense.
yeah, and that's sitting right on a shelf too. What's the depth right there? Can you zoom in on that? They're saying the
give me
depth is
just a
going to be
second.
about 180 for the wreck, by the way. So that's to the sand. So the upper
Right.
decks start at like 55 foot. So she's
If I
going to be
had
a lot.
Yes. Let me get to the deck on this one. Looks like the shelf they're looking at is anywhere from 166 to somewhere around 276.
Yeah, so it's
so
going to be
it's-
right on that shelf.
Yep, going to be right on
Yeah.
that shelf. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I'd be dropping it that close to the shelf on the higher end of the ledge.
Right. Right.
know.
I suppose it
I mean-
depends on how gradual that drop off is.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you right now that it's very gradual up until you get about 20 miles out. And I know this because I dive out here, and it's flat like this for 20 miles. And once you get past that, it goes, and it just, you can go down pretty quick. And then like it does the stair stepping like you see here, where it just kind of goes down, goes down, goes down. Then there's full drop off. And that's kind of where they had to put the Oriskany at because of the depth of it and the height of it. Because it's what, 248 or 280?
Yes.
What is the Oriskany depth?
It was
240?
200 foot to the sand. Yeah. So because the
No,
upper
I thought it was deeper.
upper island was starting at 100 foot, I believe it was.
I think it was the upper island started at 80.
Well, still, that's deeper than the top decks that's planned for the United States. I'm wondering if they're going to be sitting on the same shelf.
Possible. That is possible.
probably
but
trying to
like
plan
I said,
on
it's going to be a
keeping the-
distance away.
You're probably trying to plan on keeping the upper decks of the United States within early recreational diver limits. If it's going to be at 55 feet, I mean, they're typically limited to 60 feet these days.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they definitely want this as a tourist destination. So in my reading, it's let me find that right quick. They're talking about the first 4 decks are what's going to really be the dive show, I guess you'd say, which you'll have where the lifeboats were, the main I guess you'd say control tower, conning tower, whatever they call. What do they call them on a ship, John?
The bridge.
Crow's Nest?
Thank you. Just a bridge. Yeah, the bridge.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah, this is the
like
bridge
with
right
doors. Yeah,
That's the bridge,
the
yeah. That's
bridge
the
is going to be a full swim through, kind of like it's off West Palm, the Anna Cecilia, just go in one side, out the other.
Yeah. So I mean, here, Keith, let me run that video. That way we can kind of look at it, and that way we can see the boat as we're talking about it.
Right. If I had to guess, though, before you run that video, the more I look at the map, I got a funny feeling they're going right next to the Oriskany, and here's why. If you look at the ocean floor here, pull it up and zoom it in.
You got it. Are you sharing it?
Yeah, give me just a second. All right, go ahead and do what you're doing. I'll get back to this. You're doing
Sounds
that. I'll
good.
work on this.
Yeah, sounds good. So this video is our video of when we went and visited the ship, and the Perdido Queen, is that what its name was?
Yes, it's Perdido
I was
Queen.
jokingly calling it something else. So
Can't take him anywhere.
I know. So yeah. So let me pause that for a second. You got first 4 decks here. Let me back that up. Come here. You got the first 4 decks: the bridge, the fly bridge, and then the promenade. And I broke my screen. Can you believe that, guys?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I can.
You can't take a monkey anywhere. He'll throw bananas and poo at anything. So there we go. So,
And this is a guy the government trusted to work on $1 million aircraft.
hey man. Hey.
Well, yeah, because remember, like as he likes to say himself, the monkey throws the switch.
Yeah.
Hey, they still, and people trust me.
I don't know why.
Little do
Suckers.
they know.
Suckers. So I'm gonna let that get a little closer.
Okay.
I mean, that's a lot of real estate to dive on for 4 decks, because you got the whole bow, you got the promenade, and the bridge, and everything. I mean, that's just going to be fantastic diving right there. So,
Do you know if the ship's telegraph is still going to be in the bridge, or are they removing that from the museum?
I think all that is already gone. I believe all the telegraph, the wheels, all the photos that I've seen, it looks like it's all been stripped out a long time ago. I understand that there's a museum in Pennsylvania where she came from that has this equipment in it, including one of the
All right.
props. So one of the props was on the aft gaming deck of the boat when she got here to Pensacola, and I'm sure they've tucked that prop away. I mean, solid brass. What was it? 60 foot in diameter. I mean, that's a big prop. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
something
that's
like
just-
83 tons.
Yeah, 83 tons. I mean, so the promenade, all the windows have been pulled out for the sinking. They pulled out all the doors and everything except for the gangway doors. Right now, they're still open and being used. But this promenade is going to be fun to dive through. I mean, there's so much here to see and do. And, John, you asked the question, will it be able to be penetrated by wreck divers? Absolutely. Where the funnels were pulled out, that's a solid shaft all the way down to the keel. So I am for certain that that's going to be of interest to wreck divers, especially such as yourself. So I expect to see your fins hanging out of it from somewhere. So
If they don't
But I
block
mean,
it
that-
off.
I don't think, man, they might, but
Yeah, that's what I
there's
was
the
wondering
gangway door.
if they're going to have most of the ships sealed, to prevent random recreational divers from going places they shouldn't. Are there going to be specific access points for technically trained divers? Meaning, like the pre-dive plan, if you're on a technical charter, they explain and show you, this is where you're going to enter for whatever your planned dive is.
Absolutely. I'm sure, I don't know if there are any. I'm sure there are, because there's plenty of wrecks in the Destin, Pensacola area. I'm sure some of those shops have that capability and will probably give really good briefs about how to dive this thing. Maybe guided. I'm wondering if it will be guided here at first.
That'd be kind of cool.
I remember
actually.
I remember my first few dives on the Spiegel. They were guided. Now it's kind of a free for all, as you saw, John. I mean, we had a guide, but my goodness, that was ridiculous. What's going on out there right now?
It was like herding cats.
It literally was like herding cats. So, I mean, I guess you can't stop people, but I mean, this is an advanced dive right here. I see people getting into trouble. Hopefully that doesn't, but I mean, if you let a brand new newbie diver on this thing, man, I think bad things could happen. I think this should stay.
You're going to want to have somebody very, very close to them at all times.
Absolutely, absolutely. The one thing that I've noticed on, especially like the Spiegel, I'm just going to use that for an example, was, I'm wreck certified, but yet I don't know the wreck so well, so I penetrated only areas that I could see light through. Below the main bridge, I went through the cabin area on top of the wreck. Now, when I first initially saw it, it was on its side after the accidental sinking. and then when it righted up from the storm, when we went back, we didn't go inside when we dove it. I wish we really could have, but there were so many people, and it was just it was really chaos. I would like to go back and do that one again with you, John. I think we'd experience it way better than what it was when we went last time. But
Yeah,
I think this
a
one,
little more planning and a lot more gas.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. That was the other thing that I did not like, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen on this wreck too. I'm not a big fan of aluminum 80s on these types of depths.
No,
For me,
I don't agree with a single AL80 on a dive like this.
no.
I mean, you'd go down, you'd look at the deck. It's if you're just staying above it at 55 to 60 feet, that'll be a great dive for recreational. But if you're looking to do any kind of more exploration, you're going to want more gas than that.
Oh, absolutely. So it'll be interesting because I know a lot of the wrecks down in the Keys, they don't allow side mount unless you're on a dedicated wreck boat like Horizon Divers. They do side mount rebreather, but some of the other ship charters I've been to for shipwrecks, they don't allow side mount or rebreather. I guess they're on
the
a
side
timetable.
mount tends to be a lot more cumbersome out of the water.
Right, yeah.
There's
And
I've been on a couple of charters up here too that going into it, the guys will make concessions because I'm usually the only side mount diver off of a boat, and it's frowned upon in a lot of areas. That's not necessarily a standard, or I don't know, a very common setup when you're doing wreck diving off of a boat. So yeah. You just gotta be careful. Either lower the cylinders down on a line and clip off once you're in the water, or have somebody hand you the cylinders once you're on the swim platform, versus trying to get them on in the cockpit because it's too easy to bang around and damage things, people, gear, etc.
yeah.
All right. I think I got it pulled the best I can.
I'm curious. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing it. I'm curious if they're going to put buoys down, kind of like what they did with Spiegel. That way, you got 5 or 6 buoys across the ship. That way, you got some kind of an upline. Keith, what is the currents like out there? I've never experienced really a current in the Gulf. The Atlantic has ripping currents, but I've never experienced
you
one
get
in the
them.
Gulf.
Yeah, you do get currents out there. I know when I dove the New Venture, we had to fight a current. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the line that was tied to the boat, we wouldn't have made it. So, yeah, I do know that they do get pretty bad. Same thing with the Riscony, because when people do dive that one, you pretty much have to go down as fast as possible. I've never had the experience of the Atlantic currents, but there are currents here.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and share
Yeah,
this.
a
real quick
downline
now
would
that I
be
have it pulled
appropriate,
up.
I think, and it's big enough that you could have multiple downlines and have multiple dive
Right.
boats at either end of the ship. That way, everybody's groups stay separate.
Yeah.
Well, it does tend to
Yeah.
help the less experienced diver as well.
Yeah. In
right.
case
So-
two buddies on your charter misjudge their time and get pulled up onto another boat, right?
Well, that's if they go up the wrong. That's what they go up the wrong downline. But yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So here's what I got. So this is, like I said, this is about where they're saying they're going to put it, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do their best to put it there. But if you come over here to this one, right here is where that area is at. So it's probably going to be maybe about 15 to somewhere within 10, 15 miles from it, if I had to guess.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because if you look at the actual depth of the Oriskany, the sand floor is, 112 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Or 212 plus, excuse me. And that's just to the sand. So, and that's roughly right about in here somewhere.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it's not going to be too far
that-
off.
Yeah, that would be a great double header. I mean, two of the world's biggest shipwrecks in one spot. I mean, that's incredible. Other than the Bikini Atoll wrecks, but that's a whole nother.
That's a bucket list.
That is all bucket list right there. So we ought to start a GoFundMe page so the three of us can go dive Bikini Atoll. We promise to bring video and photos back. maybe we don't even need our own lights after that. Maybe we'll just turn off the lights and we'll glow in the dark.
Well, could be.
That's possible.
My dive shop just got back from a dive trip to Truck Lagoon and diving a bunch of the Japanese World War II wrecks there. And Tim, my instructor, he was coming back and saying a lot of the penetration that they did in those wrecks, you would have to shotgun your side mount to try to get through there. Even turning sideways in those, you're not going to get through the doorway. So you're going to be bringing your cylinders out, and bringing them together and pushing them through in order to get through most of the passages in those ships.
Wow. I don't think we're going to have that big of an issue.
Not with this one.
Not with this one, I don't think. Let me look at that right quick. I want to look
where was this one at? What ships were they?
What I was talking about?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, it was Truck Lagoon.
Who made the ships? I mean, were they what nation?
Oh, Japanese. They were the Japanese World War II ships that were sunk there in Truck Lagoon during World War II. The San Francisco Maru is one of them. There's a few others in there that still got sake bottles, motorcycles, war materials in the holds and the such. Most of the wrecks that they dove were all in the technical range. There was only like 3 ships out of all of them that were considered recreational range. It was a liveaboard they were on, and the vast majority of people were diving either twin sets or rebreathers on that trip.
What we got here?
John, I think this
That looks
answers
like the
your
bridge.
question. That's the bridge. So yeah, the only thing that looks like it's left is the chart table.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else has been stripped out.
Yeah, that's a pretty wide swim through. That would be pretty fun and easy. Very well lit
Yeah,
too.
I mean, here's another shot of it. I mean, yeah, I mean, if they leave these I'm sure they are. 'Cause that's the wing right there, the fly bridge.
Yeah.
So that's the lookout bridges. I mean, you're going to be able to dive right through that. That's going to be just fantastic. So hopefully they'll mount a camera right there. That way you can see it going down just like Titanic.
Yeah, that would be
really
cool.
cool.
That'd be a good POV.
Yeah. Here's the opposite side of it. So yeah, man, that'd be a nice pass through right there. I don't know what's going on back here. You think that's radio room back there, John?
Tough to say. So I know on, like, say, the World War II ships, the Iowa class, the bridges were originally all exposed, and the first room behind them was actually the chart room, the navigation room, to keep that all contained. And then shortly after World War II, when they were refit, then the bridge was enclosed. So it could be the chart room, or it could be communications.
Now, this is on the promenade deck. I've seen quite a few photos of this. All this is gone now, but this was a bar, and there's a stage over here. And this is a big, nice, huge open room at the promenade. As a matter of fact, this is the promenade deck right here. You can tell where they took out all the... And this happened a long time ago. This is what people don't understand. If they would look at the ship, logically, and go, okay, it's been gutted for years. This is what's left. I mean, how many millions of dollars would it take to get this thing even close to being hotel or any kind of shape for visitors? I mean,
Honestly,
it would be
just usable.
Yeah, I mean,
It would, in my opinion, it would completely lose any historic value it had because there's nothing inside that was there originally. It's not something that's going to be restored. You would have to completely recreate it. It would be, even if you made it look right, it's still all modern materials. None of it's old. None of it has any history. You're just creating a look-alike.
Yeah.
So the
It's just
historic,
an
the
internal
intrinsic
replica,
historical,
basically.
yeah. So the intrinsic historical value outside of the hull, in my opinion, has already been lost.
Yeah. Well, they compare this thing to Queen Mary, but it's not apples to apples. It's really apples and oranges. I mean, Queen Mary, is still intact. She's a floating hotel. They keep her up. And I understand that the cost of keeping that hotel up on the water is astronomical. Keith, when we went to the Alabama, the USS Alabama, how much was that remodel that we looked at? Do you remember?
I thought the teak decks that they did, because there was a teak deck they had to have redone. Was it $8 million?
$8 million. Yes. I mean, so this is
I'll
that
look
room
it up.
again. See the bar that, and so from side to side, this would be a nice pass through as well. It depends on how much light, time of day that you're going to have. This would be a nice little playground inside. But also, once again, I'm going to say that this is beyond even advanced certification. This is really a technical penetration at this point, looking at the size of this thing. So, I mean, I'm sure people will do it, but
Yeah, 23,000 square foot of decking cost them $8.6 million in teak to have it all done.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they just did, or they're doing something similar with USS New Jersey to do the decking, I believe. And they just got done with a dry dock because it's been 30 years or more since the last one. And, doing maintenance and zincs and all that stuff on the ship because it still sits in the water, even though in the river where it's at is largely freshwater. So it doesn't get a lot of salt exposure, but still it's millions and millions of dollars to maintain these. And it's not like you just, paint them up and fix them up once. You have to constantly do this all day, every day, all year round because of the environment that they live in. The steel rusts, it corrodes. It's basically, if you've got a crew starting at the front of the ship, going to the back of the ship, by the time they get done, just like a golf course, you start back at the front of the ship again. It's a never-ending cycle of maintenance.
Yeah. And we kind of saw that firsthand when we actually went and looked at this ship, the medical ship. I can't remember the name of that one, but the medical ship that was there, the big one that rolled into New York Harbor during COVID.
Okay, yeah.
The guide and announcer on the boat, he was saying that boat had just freshly been painted, and there were huge rust stains.
Already.
Running. Yeah, already, and so I couldn't imagine, especially where on earth are you going to dock a ship like this? I mean, the SS United or the Alabama. USS Alabama has a special holding pen that is a dry dock and a wet dock at the same time. So when they have to, it's mounted on a skid, I guess you'd say. So when they've got to do hull maintenance, they drain the water out. They can do the keel, repainting, zinc plates, whatever they put on. I mean, I can't imagine the type of zinc plates they got on that thing. Just sitting in a dock, a dry dock, a wet dock like that all the time. But, plus the weather. We know that the weather just beats the snot out of these boats.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like that everybody says it can be saved, it can be saved, it can be saved, but they've had 20 years to try to save this wreck, and they haven't been able to do that. There we go.
Yeah. There's the,
Yeah. They don't understand the costs the continuing costs that are necessary to keep something like this, in any kind of usable or visitable, habitable condition.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean,
Yeah, so it's saying roughly about $1 million per year just in maintenance.
Yep, that sounds about right. I just
all right,
punched
yeah.
up New Jersey's most recent dry dock. They don't really have a full price, but to help offset the cost, they actually received a grant, and this was considerably, a relatively small portion of it, but they received a $5 million grant from the state of New Jersey to go toward their dry dock funds. That was just a small part to offset some of the total costs that went into this.
And I'm almost betting that the state of Alabama does the same thing for the USS Alabama.
Actually, believe it or not, they're actually self-funded.
Are they really? Totally?
From what I just pulled. Hang on.
In their charitable donations?
Well, there are donations. There are some charities that actually do help, but it's not the state. Self-supporting. The ship is. The ship is part of the USS Alabama Battleship Memorial Park, which is an independent, self-funded state agency. I don't know, maybe that does not receive operating funds from the state of Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Written right there.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Funding sources: maintenance is funded through the visitors administration fees, gift shop sales, and donations. I know that there are several people that actually volunteer their time to work on it. I have heard that from people that actually do it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a tremendous number of volunteers to help make that happen.
Right.
One of the things that I've read is that the Conservancy group, the United States is part of it's part of heritage, so it's registered as a heritage site, right? And in the reading, it says that is never going to change, which is going to be good for salvagers. But they've already taken off the windows. There's nothing left on the inside. So the diehard wreckers, there's nothing really to salvage other than steel itself. And
not really.
Probably the Conservancy group is going to hold on to, protect the ship in that way. And this museum is going to be a good thing, especially since they've kept the funnels. They didn't scrap the funnels. They've got a prop. And who knows, they may be able to find interiors like what they did with the RMS Olympic. When they decommissioned that Titanic sister ship, they stripped out all the wood, and it's actually a bar, in England somewhere. The actual fixtures and finishings of the wood and everything. If they could find stuff like that and add to that museum, that would be fantastic. That way you still got the ship in remembrance. You can show people, and then what's going to happen to it underwater, what people don't understand is the transformation underwater is just going to be fantastic. When I saw the Spiegel, she was this gray ghost Hulk underwater. It was beautiful, but there was no life on it. Now, what was that at that point, John? That was 2003 when that went down.
It was 2018 when we dove it, I think.
Yeah. So, my goodness, the life that was on that wreck was incredible.
All over.
All over. Yeah.
The stonefish that was like in a corner, the Goliath grouper that were on it. All kinds of stuff, as well as, thousands of corals and other marine growth that was going on just about anything.
Mm-hmm. And it might be kind of cool if they set up like because around here they put up underwater dock cams. It might be interesting if they set up an underwater dock cam or something like that on the upper sections of the ship that's transmitting, from one of the buoys, what's going on underwater with it at all times. That would be really cool. That way you can keep people that aren't divers really interested in that transformation process. What's going on with the wreck? What's going on with the ship? So it's not like it's disappearing off the face of the earth. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be what do we think of? 1% of people are actually going to be able to visit it truly, but it's still there.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is going to be a large boon for the communities on the Gulf Coast. It's going to attract a lot of existing divers. Hopefully, it motivates more people interested to become interested in diving to see this piece of history, because it is still a piece of history. It's just it's not something that is going to be able to be sustained and made into something that is in any way, shape, or form interesting for the public to go see. It's just the money isn't there.
Yeah, agreed.
So
Agreed.
this strikes me as the most responsible use for this versus, like you had mentioned previously, turning it into razor blades.
Yeah. Yep. And what's kind of cool is Keith has something pretty cool that one of the colleges has done, and hopefully they'll be able to get those out to the general public. You want to share that, Keith?
Yeah, real quick, I want to share this though. That image that you were showing earlier, I found the one of the originals.
Oh yeah, look at there.
Mm-hmm.
Looky there. Yeah.
I was wondering what those little things on the floor were. Now I know.
That's
yes,
the
telemotors.
basis. The basis for the telegraphs. The Chad Burns.
Oh, is that what those are called? Telegraphs?
Yep.
Yeah. Telegraph,
Engine room
telemotor.
telegraphs.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're called by one of the more common production names of the company that made them, Chad Burns. So up here, a lot of them are called Chad Burns because that's the company that made them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that that's what those were called. It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, as far as the college was concerned, is this right here. Was it Northwest Florida? Not sure what SC. But yeah, they're actually taking and actually using the aluminum from the ship to actually create these little challenge coins that you can buy. Not really sure exactly when they're going to be available for purchase, but it just kind of shows they're all hand milled. They're not stamped. They're actually all CNC'd.
That's a pretty cool way of doing it, and it's actually quite labor intensive to do it that way, which I would think raises the intrinsic value of those coins.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what's kind of cool is this is metal from the boat. So
Yeah, that's the metal right there.
So, I mean that's a great way for tourists and people that want to remember this and whatnot to get a piece of this history.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't consider this a loss at all. A lot of people say it's so sad. The boat looks so sad. It does look sad, but for the ones
been
of us
looking
that,
sad for quite some time, though. Why now?
It has. Yeah, it has. So, but the ones of us that dive, this is exciting times. I mean, this is the first ocean liner, other than accidental sinkings, in our lifetime that we'll be able to actually get to go down. And for me, it's super exciting because it reminds me so much of the Andrea Doria. Has kind of the same profile, same shape, same look. So this, for ones of us that I've always wanted to do the Doria, this is going to be as close as we can get and really shallow without it being in the harsh, deep North Atlantic waters. And we've got a few Doria divers here in state that have retired here that I wonder if they'll put on their kit and go take a splash on it and have a good fond remembrance of what they did in the past.
No, you're not going to have any China to go find.
No, there's nothing left in this thing. Actually, we got a little bit of a video when we did the tour on the Perdido Queen. Actually, one of the passengers who was actually on that boat with us that day. I don't know if did you ever pull that video off that card, Bill?
I did. It's in our server, so I've watched it. I've viewed it, and what was cool is what you said. I never really got to meet with her. I really should have gone in and talked to her, but you said that she was actually very excited about the reefing,
The sinking.
She wasn't
about the
actually-
reefing of it.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was actually for it.
Yeah, which
So,
there's only one
But,
other
you
course
know-
of action. You're right. It gets turned into razor blades, and
It's
Yeah.
turned into
For the most
something
part.
that's going to give life. It's going to support life, an entire ecosystem. In 20 years, that is going to be a living reef with teeming with life that isn't there and would never be there otherwise.
yeah.
yeah, because I'll tell you right now, the ocean floor out there is nothing. It's flat. It's bare. There's nothing there.
Yeah. And this will help with in so many ways. I mean, it'll be a barrier to help against the hurricanes a little bit because it'll help break them, and the wildlife. It'll bring wildlife back in where the Gulf is pretty decimated right now because of all the pesticides and everything that's been washed into the Gulf, and overfishing in the Gulf
Well,
too.
Well, it gives them the smaller creatures an area to shelter, and they need that because they just don't have it. That's one of the biggest things I've seen out there is we have all kinds of places you can dive and actual sites you can dive on, and we've got bridge rubble from the 3 Mile bridge that got torn up in the hurricane. Actually dove that, and there's some nice stuff. And actually, one of the largest groupers I've ever seen in my life was down there. He scared the crap out of me because I went down to go and untie the boat, and about this time, I'm sitting down there and untying the boat, and I see this thing showing up, and it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it opened its mouth, and I'm going, yeah, I could fit. No. But it's just the places that are out there are so few and far between for this wildlife to literally exist in a safe environment for them to thrive, reproduce, and just hunker down for, like you say, storms and things like that. They're just not out there. And you need things like this out there to do that. And I just don't understand why people don't understand that. This is not California. There's not a kelp forest out there for these creatures to survive in. You have things like this, and we just need more of them. There are reefs out there. There are artificial reefs like the pyramids and the little balls that we put out there because there's just not a lot out there to support the life that's out there and to allow for fishing, diving, and just the sheer what am I trying to think of? Just trying to populate the life that's out there. They hold those what are they called? The red is there's something. I don't want to say the term redneck Riviera, but I think that's what it's called. Which is basically it's kind of like a little rodeo where you kind of go out there and you just do a bunch of spear fishing for lionfish because they're also invasive out there, and they actually cut down on a lot of the natural local life that's down there. And so we do that, about once a year, sometime in October, and just kind of clean that out as much as we can. But once again, you're limited to where you find them. You'll find them, on places like this, yes, but that's the only place where you really find any of the life out there. Unless it's really large life, then it has the ability to go from point A to point B under these massive distances to actually they'll survive because they have it. Whereas the smaller life, such as the hatchlings and things like that, they don't have that place to go except for these wrecks and these reefs that we put out there. So I mean, I'm all for it. be honest with you, sinking this thing and help sink 5 more just right alongside it.
On the same topic, Keith, forgive my ignorance here. Is this something that they actually work at stocking wildlife on these wrecks once they're down, or it just naturally finds its way? Even the small bait fish, there's enough that gets blown through on the currents. They just find themselves there, or do people actually like try to stock small groups of these fish, and once they find the wreck, they would tend to stay there because it's shelter?
Typically, what will happen, from what I gather, I don't really know the answer to that question. That would be a great thing if they did, to be honest with you. I would support it 100%, but I think a lot of them just get laid down there. And over time, like I said, the bigger fish don't have much of a problem finding these things, such as the amberjacks and, I'm not a fisherman, so I can't sit there and go all the names of the fish, but they'll find these places and they'll kind of call them home. When it comes time for them to lay their eggs and, and produce offspring, they'll set them up in an area like this, where it's a little bit safer from predators, and they'll thrive there. They'll grow there. They'll live around the area. Then as they get bigger, they may venture up, but then they'll come back because it's where they're used to, or some will go off and they won't come back. But I think it just kind of accumulates over time. That is something I need to look into, because we do have I think we have a wildlife preserve somewhere off of Mobile, but I don't know if they do anything in that area where this is going. But I'm sure Pensacola's got, or Florida's got something. I'm sure that they do.
Cool.
So on that, it's funny that you guys brought this topic up, because I'm trying to find it. Here it is: Caribbean king crab. They are going to restore that into the wild, into the Gulf. And the thought here is they eat plankton. They eat algae. We have a huge problem with red tide every year. Now they're going to, release these back into the wild and try to, and they're not very big. Let me share that right quick. But it's pretty interesting stuff. That they're going to, revitalize and get these guys back out into the wild for helping clean the algae. They'll eat the algae, they'll eat the bacteria. Like I said, they're not very big little crabs, but that's a fantastic thing. I mean, if they do this with the structures that's being put down, like your pyramids and the reef balls, and now the artificial reef wrecks, these guys are going to be able to flourish. They'll have places to hide away from bigger predators. And I think this is once again, it's all going to be a good thing. If Florida's going to the lengths to reintroduce, release 35,000 crabs across the Florida Keys in the Marine Sanctuary, that's huge, because they'll just migrate all around in the Florida waters, Gulf and Atlantic. And this could be a huge deal right there. Oh, you don't want to see those people. They're bad guys. So, but there's a little bit of the answer right there, and I'm sure they're going to do more of that too. I know there's grouper in the Gulf, but I don't think there's any giant grouper, Goliath grouper in the Gulf.
That's what I ran across.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, he was about the size of my Tacoma, and I about panicked because I was like going, that boy can eat me. So I'm like, no. I actually hid behind a pillar because I'm going, he scares me a bit.
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was the Goliath grouper that was on the Grove when we dove it in 18, correct?
It was, yep. And on the Anna Cecilia, the one that was coming out of the side of the hull, on the starboard side. I think it was starboard side. I think it was. What side did we hit on, John? Do you remember?
We hit on the
after we
hit on the port side.
Off the back of the boat.
We hit the port side. Yeah.
Okay, then he was on port side. Port side, that hole that was cut into the side of the ship is where that one was. Yeah, and that
he was cruising in and out of that hole, like dart in and then dart out.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mess with him. He was bigger than me. So I don't want to be lunch. So, but yeah, so you got these people, and I understand where they're at, but you've had 20, 30 years to try to save this ship, get funds for it, but there's no viable plan. There's no time left, and even state of Florida, in their own reading, or Okaloosa County, excuse me, in their own reading, it says one of the questions is the ship for sale? And they said no, absolutely not. According to the agreement, which I'm pretty sure it's pretty legally binding, they can't sell the ship, they can't donate it. It's theirs, and why would they want to give it
typical
away?
with most. Yeah, typical with most government agencies. Once it's purchased, due to laws, regulations, exposure of liability, they can no longer sell that, period, without extensive legal documentation or insulation, if you will, to prevent anything from coming back against the state, against the government.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I commend them for their their heart, but I think that if they really want to do something that's good for the ship and good for the public and to keep the ship alive, they ought to focus all their efforts into the museum and and the history. Let's find all these photos. Let's find bits and pieces of the ship. Let's bring it to that museum and bring it to life that way. And then the ocean will take care of bringing it to life in another way. So
Agreed.
Keith, did you happen to find the rendering of the park?
No, I wasn't looking for it. Right now I'm actually looking at some of what we were talking about a second ago. Yeah, apparently, like it shows here for me, what I'm reading here is that Alabama doesn't really seed them.
All right.
So most of the time they're actually designed to attract them, I guess, because the finfish that are in the area, I mean, it's showing things like red snapper, triggerfish, grouper, amberjack, flounder, things like that. They actually get attracted to them, and they just kind of, at that point, it becomes a habitat for them. But no, I wasn't looking for the park, so.
Here, I think
I didn't think they seeded them. I mean, it's not like it was coral, so I know that, like, if you're redoing coral, like in the Keys, they were reseeding the coral down there.
Yeah, so we last September when we were in Bali, we took an excursion down to another island south of Bali. It's called Nusa Penida, and when we jump in, actually where they dropped us off in the boat is on a coral farm. So you have a massive grid work down there where they have starter coral all over the place in multiple areas where hurricanes and whatnot, I guess typhoons in that corner of the world, have decimated the shallower reefs. So once you get deeper, then the life just explodes. But it was kind of interesting to see how they were growing or offshoots or trying to farm, if you will, the coral and bring it back as a complete reef again.
Yeah.
Here's one of the renderings for it. I mean, I like the dock. The fishing pier is pretty cool. There's the two funnels and the crow's
Slow
nest.
that up.
Let's see if I can. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah,
They're looking to do this where?
this is going to be here. Probably split between Pensacola and Destin.
But somewhere in
I
Fort
really
Walton.
Yeah, I understand this is going to take place after they get the ship settled and scuttled. I'm sure the county and the powers that be, they're working hard to make sure that goes off without a hitch. There's another rendering down here that I like. This is pretty cool. So that's a different view of it. So, I mean, this would just be absolutely fantastic to see. If that didn't pique somebody's interest, then I don't know what will.
The way they've got that laid out architecturally to sort of simulate the lines of the ship is actually pretty cool. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. And I forgot how tall they said the funnels were. I mean, there's some odd stories tall.
I
So
thought it was
it's
either
going to be
3 or 4 stories.
yeah, it's going to be
Or is it more?
magnificent to see. Magnificent to see. I think the possibilities are endless. You know, the diving is going to be fantastic. For the tourist, you know, we're going to be, you know, if they get this museum up, it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the state of Florida and all the visitors that come. I didn't realize it's been a bit since we went down that I've been there and kind of toured that area. But when we went down for the viewing of the ship, I didn't realize how busy and how touristy it had become down there. So, and this would just give another element to it. Share that right now.
Yeah, while you're talking about that, so are you doing that?
Oh, you got something else to show?
Well, you can go and show that real quick.
Yeah. I just gonna let it.
I was just gonna
Let it kind of pass
I was
by
gonna-
and sink in. I mean, the lettering, 3 foot tall, Keith.
Yes, it should be in the video.
Yeah, 3 foot tall. You know, so if that gives you any kind of reference, I mean, I'm 6 foot tall, and that's a lot of real estate. I'm looking forward to being underwater, and hopefully Keith will get far enough back to get a good photo of me with that underwater. That'd be fantastic. John, you can join me. We can swap places. We take Keith, let Keith have a go. So
I see how
I
it
can
is.
stick you through one of those portholes. I mean, so
Feel like I'm
but,
getting the short end of the stick here.
You get a longer selfie stick.
right, get along
Right?
with
You're
Sophie
gonna
stuff.
have to.
Yeah. So
There's
it'll be. Go ahead.
There's a wreck in the Straits called the Cedarville. It's about a little over 600 feet long.
Actually,
Of course, it
got
wasn't
one
sunk
better.
on purpose, but the portholes that you're showing, we've got a couple videos of some of the portholes that were still open, and I've got my light and I shine my camera in there, and you're looking in bunk rooms where like dressers are still attached to the wall. The ship's 3/4 of the way upside down in the bow, but you see the dresser, you see a toilet, you see the bunk frames that are still attached to the floor, which are now on the ceiling. Inside that porthole, the glass is still in the porthole, even though it's cracked and the porthole's open. It's kind of a cool view.
And what's cool about all the wrecks up there, they're all protected. No salvaging.
Correct. Not since
So-
1986.
Yeah, and that is fantastic because when we dove, I can't remember the one that has the wrench at the boiler. Which
That was the
one
Montana.
John?
That was the Montana.
Montana, man.
Yep.
It was cool to see that big old wrench laying there, and probably not exactly where it went down, but it was pretty close, I'm gathering. And then the boiler door. You could actually move the boiler door open and closed after all those years underwater. And
Yep.
then the Grecian, she got torn apart in a storm, but that wreck is fantastic. I mean, you got to go inside the engine room on that.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
At the bottom
Well,
of it. Go ahead, Keith.
No, I was going to say if you want to take pictures of the letters, and while I'm sitting off in the back, I'll just go stand beside these, and we'll just call it a day.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there they are right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are huge.
Yeah.
Those have
Yeah.
got to be
Since
all
you don't-
3 stories tall.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah,
Is that that almost looked like a prop right there. That's
Those
not the
are.
prop, is it? No. right there to the
I
left.
can neither confirm I can neither confirm nor deny that those parts belong to the SS United States.
Right.
Now, the one prop that you said is still on the wreck. Are they going to like display that on the fantail or something once they sink it?
I think it's going to be in the museum. I think it's already off the ship.
Okay.
One of the anchors, hey Keith,
But there were
that's
four
a good
props.
thing.
So I
Yes.
was wondering if are they going to
Yeah.
have one like up on the fantail or something on the ship, or all four are going to be gone?
They're going to be gone, from what I
All right.
understand. They may, but I don't think so. Lost my train of thought. We were talking about the. Oh my goodness! Gracious me, oh my!
My apologies.
No problem. So
Yeah, see, I know where those. I know where those stacks are.
Yeah, but you wouldn't take me to go see them.
Well, no, somebody had to go home.
So, hey, when Mama call, you must go home. And she call. Smoke.
Well, you
smoke
know,
going
you
up.
laugh because you're talking about starting a GoFundMe for the Bikini Atolls. You might need to start a GoFundMe for the divorce court after you come back from Bikini Atoll.
There won't be any divorce court. I might as well just stay there and say, fellers, it has been nice, but I am staying right here in Bikini Atoll. You can come visit me. I'll be the glowing skeleton walking along the beach.
That
Eating
you will be
radioactive
because you
coconuts.
cannot eat. Yeah, it is still
Yeah,
radioactive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, for everybody out there, we're talking about the nuclear fleet. So after World War II, our damaged ships, Japan's damaged ships, we took them to Bikini Atoll and in the Marshallese Islands, and we kind of removed the
nuked
people and nuked the island and the ships underwater and above to see what they would do. There's a great video called Radio Bikini. If you guys ever want to watch that, it is on YouTube or you can buy it. I highly recommend watching that because we didn't know the effects of nuclear radiation at that time. And a lot of the men, our servicemen, were standing on deck when those bombs were going off, including the officers. Nobody understood that it causes cancer. So very,
Among
very
many other
interesting
things.
program. Yeah, among many other things. But the fleet is pretty much it's all in rows, right? Because it just sunk them almost entirely at once. And to get there is quite a trek. So if we do start a GoFundMe page, it would be nice if you guys would donate to that so you could send the three of us. Two of us might be
horrible,
married
sir.
when we get back after a month. The third one, I think his Indian wife might scalp him.
Well, there's no way I would be going without my wife because whether she's diving or not, she would be all about going on that trip.
Yeah, that's how I'd save my head. Yeah, and I like my hair. I like my scalp. So.
Here's some of that diving while we're here.
So on that topic, It's interesting. So a bunch of the World War II ships in, say, like the Coral Sea, the Philippines, those where enforcement tends to be a lot more lax, entire ships are being salvaged. They're disappearing. Like one ship entirely is gone. There's just a hole in the bottom because they're salvaging these wrecks because they were built prior to the nuclear explosions and increase in background radiation that's just all around us now. So the steel
Right.
that these ships that these ships were made from is highly sought after for medical instruments, for extremely sensitive medical instruments. So they're actually salvaging these entire ships, grave sites or not. They're taking all of it to scrap this metal because it doesn't have the radiation because they were already sunk when the bombs were going off.
Right.
Right. I remember hearing about that.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that because, whether you were an ally or even an Axis power, this is where I get a little sensitive, especially being a service member myself.
They're
you
grave
know, if
sites.
someone died on that, yeah, they're grave sites. I think we just need to. Ooh, look at there. Ooh, gonna get me excited, Keith. So the GoFundMe will be up this
13
afternoon.
13 nights aboard.
Yeah, yeah. Just stick a fork in me. I'm done. Let's go. Let's go.
Up to 19
scheduled
up to
dives.
19 divers.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know.
I mean, John, you're gonna bring the rum, right?
Duty free.
Let's see.
Duty free.
We just got
let's
a
see,
bottle
classic
of
twin and
Johnny
double cabin.
Depp's 3 Hearts rum, which is pretty tasty.
Right.
You might want to get your daughter's vehicle taken care of before you go on this one, there, Billy.
Oh, she's already got
Wow.
it.
I mean, I'm not saying no, but I don't know.
I would
Got a price
definitely,
to it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is a huge price to it. Can you find a photo of there's the atoll itself? Can you find the ship map? There's one that I used to have. I wish I still had it.
I
Maybe-
don't.
No.
I don't know if there is one that I'm aware of.
It looks like all the atoll.
No, if you know where to find it, go for it. Because I don't know where I'd see it.
Yeah, it's unimportant this go around, but it's pretty cool to see the formation they made with the ships and the not the Yamato. He was the admiral in charge. There's your reef structures. That's pretty cool.
Well, this is Okaloosa Island, or Okaloosa County. Sorry, Okaloosa County's reef restoration. I actually helped set these things one time in Orange Beach.
That's cool.
Off of one of these.
That's a great
See this tall
program.
one back here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was these are the ones we were setting. We were about 50 miles offshore setting these things.
How many years ago was that?
It was, what was it? Got a
Wasn't very
video of
long
it
ago.
somewhere. Was it 21?
Yeah, could
Either
have been
21 or
Yeah.
22.
Oh, so
is
not
when I
that
was-
long
when I
ago
was
at all.
doing it, but no. And they literally just drop them and then just move on to the next one. But we had to go down, and you see these yellow ropes up top right here? If I can make that any bigger. Sorry, make that any- But those yellow ropes right there, yeah, we're supposed to try to cut those. We're supposed to cut those off because they leave those on there when they drop them. So you got to cut them off.
Oh,
I actually,
what, to help
actually
them
had a
stay
little bit of a hard
together?
time. Well, that's how they lift it.
oh, all
They
right.
lift it with that rope, and their hook just has a clamp that just lets go.
Okay.
So they'll pick it up, swing it over the side, drop it down, and then just let go. Take it all the way to the floor, and then just let go of the clamp, and just bring their line back up and go do the next one. It was very interesting to watch, but they use that right there because that rope actually floats. So when you
All
cut
right.
it, it automatically goes to the surface.
Yeah, probably want to get it out of there for the turtles and would think it's jellyfish,
Right.
and that way they don't choke
Well,
to
it's
death on them.
Yeah, it's a plasticky kind of poly something rope, polypropylene or poly something. But that's how they do it. Yeah, they're picking it up right there on that one right there. But I don't know if you can really see that.
Yep.
Yeah, you can sort of see it.
They're lifting that one right there. But it takes a minute or two to cut.
Yeah. I think if people want to get a good indication of what the life is going to be like, I mean, the oil derricks, that's been a huge bucket list for me, is to go to the oil rigs out there in the Gulf and dive because of all the life that surrounds the oil rigs. And we looked at that at one time, and the pricing wasn't too bad on that, but just the life that was there. And these are actually working rigs. These aren't like abandoned rigs. So, you know, there's a lot of goodness that's going to come out of this sinking, I think.
Yeah.
know. But
And that's why I said, like, it's just having it out there to do that and just bring life into it. I mean, something this size is just so massive, it's going to just provide so much.
yes, yep, yep. So as far as the sinking goes, we do not have a date. It was going to be April 15th, and then due to the abatement and sign-offs, that didn't happen. I do know that there was a last week, week before, they had a county meeting, and I guess they finalized the shipping plans for the ship. So I know there's no stopping this. No matter what everybody thinks, there is no stopping this. It is going to get taken out, and it will get sunk. When that sinking date is, who knows? But you know, we're going to keep abreast. Keith and I plan on being there during the sinking, if at all possible, unless they just
going to ask
go at the dead of night. Yeah, if they go at the dead of night, you know, there's nothing we can do. But I don't think they're going to let an opportunity for this to be a good showing project. You know, similar to what happened with the Oriskany. You know, everybody will be there to be a great fanfare. You know, I just find it funny. People don't. They didn't cry about the Oriskany. They didn't cry about, you know, the New Jersey. They didn't cry about this shipwreck or this, that. I mean, literally, they just sank the Pirates of the Caribbean model, or what do you call it, set piece for the Black Pearl, and nobody said a word.
Or no, that's in Panama City right now, isn't it?
Correct. That's in Panama City. Yeah. So they say that's a fantastic dive. But you know, I get it. It's historic, and we are in our 250th year of our nation. And it was a symbol of pride. A lot of people say, well, it was the flagship of the U.S. That is actually not the case. It wasn't ever a flagship. A flagship is made more for a naval vessel, not for a commercial vessel. It was probably given that unofficial title by, you know, the owners, the powers that be, kind of like the Titanic. I remember them saying she was unsinkable, only not even God could sink that ship. And whoo, we know what happened there. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a very, very great thing. I'm looking forward to bringing this to everybody. Keith and I were in awe when we were there seeing this ship close up, because it's a beast. It's just huge. So there's going to be so much.
I was going to say,
I really hope they have the sinking filmed live.
I think they will.
They should, actually.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, Fox 10 was saying that they were going to. So, but what I do want to say is that if you have a chance, you know, and you're in the area, definitely give these people a call, that Perdido Queen, and give that boat a tour. It's very, very nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. They did a great job. They did a great job.
Oh, yeah. It's not expensive either.
Job. No, it actually wasn't. So.
$36.
Mm-hmm.
It's about an hour-long tour. It's worth it.
Yep. Or they have night tours too, where you can have dinner and a show and tour the harbor and everything there. That would be fantastic. And they've got, this is an actual working port. So you've got what the carnival ships are in there, in and out of there. You've got the military in and out of there. And then whatever else.
You got the container ships.
That cargo, the cargo ship was amazing to see up that close. I mean, I've seen them up close, but not really like that. That was kind of, I was in awe of how tall that sucker sat outside the water. So, and the people there were really nice. They were very accommodating while we were there. So,
yeah. Plus, there's a full bar on your tour too, by the way.
It does, yeah. It does. It does. It does. We didn't get a chance to partake while we were there, but I'm sure if we go back, it would be fantastic to maybe have dinner and a cruise and just enjoy it a little bit. It was enjoyable while we were there. So, but
about how long a drive is it from you guys, Bill?
For me, it was 6 hours. So
Oh, okay.
I think
Quite a
maybe
drive,
four,
then.
maybe four.
15
it
minutes
was
for me.
drive. Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Weather
Yes,
is a
I
factor.
drive it. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. So they're not. If they say that weather is an issue, that end of the Gulf right there. I tell you what, I thought the Atlantic had some good storms. It seems like where everything inrushes there at Pensacola, Destin, and Mobile, woo, they have some storms, and weather changes in a heartbeat out there. So
Oh yeah, pretty much most of the time it rains at least once a day here.
yeah,
Most of the
I
time.
can't I can't say that right now. We're in a huge drought right now, so which makes our
Yeah,
springs. Our springs are incredible right now. They're flowing really hard. It's weird. The drought makes them flow faster, but they're clear, uber clear right
Plus
now.
water pushing down on it.
Yeah, yep. So, but yeah. So, and then one of these days we got to get back up there and dive up there with Big John, and that way I can like him again, because every year he goes and hits one of these wrecks, and I just don't like him for about a month. So I didn't want to talk to him. So
So I
Planning on
see
hitting
how
some over
you
the
must.
4th.
what's
Go
that?
ahead.
No, I was going to
I was-
say. So you must not have been diving this month.
I have not been diving this month. The water's still really cold. We still got icebergs in places. But over the 4th of July, so we always close the shop for a week, and the way the weekends fall, so the 4th is on a Saturday. So I'm gonna be in the Straits, Mackinac, probably by Friday night after work. We're gonna stay there for a couple of days. I'm gonna hit a couple of wrecks, and then we're gonna trailer south over to our favorite spot, Leland, and start harbor hopping from there. So we'll see what wrecks I hit. I don't know if it's going to just be something regular or if I'm going to hit one I haven't done before. I'll be
Yeah.
solo diving it, so you're not supposed to dive any place new per the rules on solo diving, but
Well, it's only
We'll
new to
see.
you. It's old to someone else.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got a map. Come on.
And
mean,
and
yeah.
they're all
Technicality.
the wrecks that I go on. They're all buoyed already, so it's not like I got to go find it, drop a shot line, and do all that stuff.
in like
so.
Flint, in like Flintius. So, yeah, I'd like to, even though we were only up there for a long weekend, I would love to go back to Thunder Bay. I enjoyed that. Was a great weekend. That was just an incredible weekend up there. And I know you were disappointed in the visibility. Being a lake diver at that time, your visibility was incredible. So I didn't mind it at all.
You don't know what you're missing at the Straits yet. There's as many wrecks, and they're a lot closer together.
Really?
The Straits are amazing. There's more wooden schooners there. You go from an 1800s wooden schooner, like I showed you the video from the Dolphin, to 1966 wreck, which was the Cedarville, which is a 600 long foot steel freighter. You've got the whole gamut, from ones that were just disappeared in an ice storm, some that were cut in half with a collision, some that just disappeared. Nobody knew what happened until they were accidentally found. The variety is incredible.
Yeah. One of these days you're going to find the Griffin, right?
I don't think anybody's going to find it, not as a ship like they're looking for. It's going to be a ship like you're used to. You're going to find a
Right.
few timbers and some nails. The swivel gun is going to be the only thing that's going to be identifiable, if that is even still near it. But the rumors are there that they grounded somewhere, and the crew was found years and years and years ago. The skeletons were found in a shallow cave near shore in one of the islands, but that hasn't been confirmed either.
Huh. Yeah. We dove the
This
E.B.
is, I guess,
Allen right
Thunder
there.
Bay.
This is Thunder Bay, yeah.
Yep.
We dove the E.B. Allen. We dove the Montana. There's the Grecian. The Flint. And I don't see it. Am I missing it, John?
Barge number 1, yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I dove on a technical charter, the Monrovia and then the Pewabic that are both shown right there. So believe it or not, the Monrovia is out on a point, if you will, for the underground topography, and it's at 138, 140 to the sand, while the Pewabic, technically closer to shore, was at 166 to the sand. Because it's
The
off
Monrovia,
that point.
the Monrovia, there's one of your hots. That's on your bucket list, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
No, the
And
Windiet.
so
The Windiet.
the Windiet is north of Thunder Bay, and that's my bucket list. That's my Andrea Doria. That's the one.
Yeah.
You know, it's 197 feet to the deck. It's a little over 200 to the sand on that one. So
Easy.
Got to get.
You can do that on aluminum 80, John. Ain't nothing to it. So, I mean, you can spend as long as you want down there on aluminum 80.
So at 70 or 80 feet, you can get to the masts. So on a clear day, you could still see the deck. But I wanna be down on it. I want to look in the cabin. You know, I want to look at the yellow boat. So I want to be down at the bottom, which is trimix dive.
you want to be a Becky Kagan down there with it. So
Nobody but
woman's
Becky
photos
can
are
be
incredible.
Becky. Yeah, she's
yeah,
a prolific technical diver.
yeah. Somehow Keith and I missed her. She was at DEMA this year in Orlando,
Oh wow.
and somehow we missed her. She must have been hiding in the shadows somewhere, or surrounded by a crowd, and we're like, we're not going over there. I don't know. So
That's probably more
but,
likely the case. She's a celebrity.
yeah. So I've talked to her a few times. I know she doesn't remember this little old diver, but I do remember her. So I remember her being very gracious and good to talk with. So she's excited about her sport, that's for sure. So and
Oh, absolutely.
oh yeah, so be awesome to. What do you find? This one of
This
John's.
is the Monrovia.
Yeah, say that looks like
that's
the Monrovia.
Yeah,
It is.
This one of yours, John.
No, this is not mine. But see, they dynamited the bow off of her. So right there, that promenade, I swam through that part right there. But there's it's that wreck is distorted and twisted. It's pretty disorienting to dive. And as you can see how hazy it is right there. I don't know why, but maybe because of the point it is. So if you're coming down to dive it, you really want to strobe on your drop line on the buoy. It is buoyed, but there's a jump line from the buoy line to the wreck, and that is something you're definitely going to want to strobe on because it's easy to get disoriented. Matter of fact, so the team I was on, the guy that was the lead. When we turned around, we did our circumference, you know, our circuit of the wreck. On the way back, he actually got disoriented, got lost, and started going the other way, you know, and going down. And I had to flag him down. I was like, dude, you know, time, we got to go.
Why did they dynamite the front of that?
Because it had the cargo that was in it. I think it was railroad rails. I don't remember, but they dynamited the bow off in order to get the cargo out of it when they salvaged it when it went down.
Which one's the lifesaver wreck?
The Mesquite, I think that one's off the Keweenaw Peninsula.
Yeah.
That was a Coast Guard ship that made a fatal error and got caught up on the rocks.
Yeah. Sunk a bunch of lifesavers.
Let's see here. I don't know if I can
Sunk a
find
bunch
that
of
here.
lifesavers. Now you got me curious.
Oh
it's
no,
pretty
no.
cool.
Oh, sorry. Here, hang on a second. I know which one you want. I thought you were talking about the Coast Guard ship. Hang on a second. I don't know if I can do this like you guys can, but we'll find it.
We have faith in you.
So let's see here. No, I think I want the YouTube video here. So hang on a second.
And then you have a small channel yourself, John. What
Very,
do you
very
do
small.
What do you do up there in the Great White North anyway?
Mostly dive shipwrecks. That's about the only thing I do that I think anybody might be interested in.
Right. But you're a family-run business too.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
I work on boats. I fix boats, and so I don't know. I'm kind of brain damaged or something because I work on boats all day long, and the first thing I want to do is get out on my own boat. Could be. Yeah, very well could be. There we go. Kamloops wreck.
When we were in the military, Keith, you know, you learn the weirdness and eccentricities of people, you know, from all over the world. We had one guy that bought a dang APU out of a military auction, had it in his dorm room, and then John, his clothing closets didn't have clothing in them; they had boat motors in them.
Yeah, I did. Well, I got in.
So we go from boat motors to auxiliary power units.
Well, the same guy that got the power units, I asked him how he got it, and he gave me at the time the mailing address because there wasn't the internet didn't exist back then, and I got in on the military DRMO silent auction. So when they're selling this stuff off, you look at your lots, and then you have to mail in the bid that you're willing to pay, and if it's accepted, you are required to pay. So you start getting these lots. And I got a pallet of outboard motors.
Yeah,
so
nice.
So,
and this is how it started.
Well, I was already pretty well deranged at that point, but
yeah,
I'm trying to find a video that's actually specifically showing the lifesavers. But the wreck you're looking for is off of Isle Royal up in Lake Superior. It's called the SS Kamloops with a K.
Oh yeah, that's right. What's his face? Advanced diver, the Chicken Rock at Buford.
Oh,
It's
I
got
got
his
it.
name on it, Keith. Oh my goodness.
Hang
I tried every
Bowen,
type
Kurt
of
Bowen.
Whoa.
Viagra,
He had
yeah.
Advanced Diver magazine. He did a great story on that. When he mapped it too, because he did his own 3D maps and designs on it.
Oops. Yeah, you might find a better job of finding it with that information than I am, Keith. I've got a video here, but I'd be ended up looking all through it. I'm trying to fast forward through it. We're going through the engine room and stuff on here now. But the gist of it is because of the cold, fresh water. This was a package freighter, so it's got all kinds of stuff. But there's places, one of the holds has got packages of lifesavers that have been undisturbed under there for over 100 years.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, but I'm trying to pull one up.
Did I just usurp you, Keith?
Yeah,
Yep,
there you go.
did.
There's something.
You got it.
Yeah.
Looks like
There's
Bic lighters.
lifesavers. They do look like Bic lighters. Yeah. Yeah. There was a better photo that I saw that you could actually read lifesavers across.
Yep.
The
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it right here, but unfortunately, my blocker won't open it.
I thought get out of that.
Yeah, that's probably a good one right there. If you can blow that one up, you should be able to see that one. That's a pretty famous one. See, that one's Yitka Hanakova. So she's a longtime friend and partner of Becky Kagan Schott.
Ooh,
They dive together quite frequently. So another interesting thing for Lake Superior is it's cold enough that the quagga mussels can't survive. So these wrecks don't have the zebra mussels, the quagga mussels on them. They're mostly pristine, just as they went down, other than sediment settling on them. But that would
Got
be
a
sort of
video right there.
an excursion dive too, because this is a pretty remote wreck.
Be worth it though by the look of it.
It's one of the more famous wrecks up there. Yeah, there's so much to see because it was a package freighter. There's farm equipment in one, there's shoes or boots in another, there's the lifesavers. It's almost like every hold was a different form of dry goods or canned goods or whatever. So you can go from one to another, seeing all different kinds of things that the ship had inside it.
It's interesting.
Very interesting. So much stuff to dive on, so little time.
And money.
That's about how it works.
Or wait a minute, so little money.
Yeah, so little money.
Yeah.
At least for this guy. I know you guys are extremely well off and powerful. So
Yeah, well, then I woke up this morning, so.
Right?
yeah. Once again, if you guys want to
I'm so broke I quit dreaming.
broke divers, we're here. You can send us a dollar bill at any given point in time. I'm sure that we will take it. They only feed us like maybe twice a week, maybe. So
Well, first of all, you're lucky that you have somebody that feeds you.
that's true. That's true.
Oh, I am
So,
absolutely not going to
that's
complain. My
only-
wife feeds me very well.
Right. I remember your wife's cooking. It was very good. Very
She
good.
is.
So-
That's her thing. She's a foodie. She loves to cook.
So does that guy down there. Keith likes to cook too. Not even Paquito. I mean, oh my goodness, you what was that weird dish you made at your sister's that one night?
You know, I was actually just thinking about that today, going, what was it that I actually cooked?
That's some
That's
weird
my
rice
wife.
and an orange sauce of
Well,
some sort.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it was a rice or if I did a couscous. Did I do
That's
a
my
rice or a
wife's-
couscous? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It was different. I know that. I never had it before. And it was a
Amy
shrimp
comes
dish,
up with
right?
a recipe, and it's like, what is this? You've got to make this again. She's like, oh, I don't know. I just threw a bunch of stuff together. I said, well, did you at least write it
I've
down?
made it before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I forgot to. But I mean, I've made it before. It's just it'll come to me again. That's just how it works with me. It's like I want this, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want this instead.
Yeah. I had an uncle, he called it trailer shite. He used a different expletive, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, it really tastes like Mexican food. That's not what it was.
Kind of. Maybe that's what it was. He's just not going to tell you that.
No, I watched Mike make it. It's like, what is that? Don't worry about it. Okay. All right. Until about the fifth night, and it morphs into something else, and you're like, let's not eat that anymore. Let's throw that out.
Yeah.
Kind of tastes like
At that time, might be time to call it at that point.
Oh yeah. He was notorious for it. So working on the road, you get off, you're tired, so you want to eat quick, shower, and rest, and so I do not miss some of them meals. So I don't miss some of them meals. So cool, guys. Well, any closing thoughts about this wreck? I mean, I know it's still controversial. There's still a couple of lawsuits out there. I think they're for naught. I mean, I'm looking forward to the sinking, looking forward to the diving on it. And hopefully everybody can come together, and instead of being a never reefer or a never sinker, that they can come together and find some common ground, especially with this museum and park. There's going to be so much to show and tell. I mean, the lady that was on the Perdido sharing her memories of being on the ship. Was really, really kind of cool. Her photos were amazing. And I understand she's a permanent fixture there kind of right now, right?
I don't know. I never really checked with her about that, or if she'd said something. I didn't. I wasn't. I don't remember what all she said. But as far as my thoughts on the whole thing, look, I get it. It's a beautiful ship. I mean, in its heyday, it was probably amazing, and I think it's a shame that it's got to this point where it's pretty much lost all of its luster, and it's just gutted. I mean, if they'd have caught this earlier and decided to do something back then when they had a better chance of doing so, it would have been a great thing to keep up and a good part of history, and it would have been beautiful to take it on a cruise. But it's just so far beyond its point by the time it even got here that it's not worth trying to save. I mean, it's just, but what they're planning on doing with it, I think, is the best option for it. That's my thought.
I agree.
And I think it'll be an amazing dive, and I can't wait to dive it.
Even if you're going through the museum, for somebody who even isn't a diver, they explain that the ship is out there. Divers can see it. It's not gone. I know it would seem to me that even trying, it's going to be really hard, obviously, because I don't have the full perspective because I'm being a diver. So from a non-diver's perspective, just knowing that the ship still exists and it's still accessible, even though it's in a different venue, it's still around. It's not gone. It hasn't been scrapped. It's still there. That would seem to give comfort. It would, at least to me, to my mind. But again, it's hard for me to try to take myself out of the diver's position to look at it from a non-diver's position.
Well, what's funny though, most of the people that are advocating for the Savior have never been on the ship. They weren't even alive when the ship was active. I mean, this thing went dormant, the early 60s? Mid-60s?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
once the jet age was fully established.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. The age of the ocean liner is gone. Whatnot, but there are other ways. I mean, people say it ought to be like a powerful piece for the United States. I think just keeping the memory alive and nothing lasts forever. So, but I think this could be a very good thing. It actually shows the inventiveness of what we do, because other countries, they abandon their ships to rust to death, or they scrap them outright, and they're
there's
gone.
always target practice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we did do that too. I mean, if it looks like a bomba, it's a bomba. So
they did that on a lighthouse out here in the Great Lakes too.
So,
used one for a target practice.
Right. Yeah. And those are few and far between. I know Florida is protective of their lighthouses, and I understand it, but that's a building, not necessarily a ship that's on salt water. So, but anyway, I think this is going to be a good thing.
But even the upkeeps of those, I was going to say, even the upkeeps of the lighthouses in the area are just expensive.
Absolutely.
And they have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of outfits up here that have recently purchased some of the abandoned lighthouses, and they're trying to resurrect them into a variety of business models. One in particular is actually trying to make it into sort of like an Airbnb, if you will, a bed and breakfast, to help support its own revenue. So you're going to be able to stay there as a voluntary or assistant keeper, but they're gonna, you're gonna get on their boat and it's gonna take you out, and you're gonna be on station for however long the packages are, a week, 10 days, but it's also dependent upon the weather, because up there, the Great Lakes, when it's time for your time to go, the Great Lakes could basically say, nope, you're going to stay here for a while because it's going to be too rough to get on a boat.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Where was it? Rhode Island that had that incentive where if you move there, they would give you like a 100-year lease on a lighthouse, but you had to upkeep it, something like that.
I thought there was one in Ireland too that was doing that.
Could have been Ireland, yeah. So Ireland, Rhode Island, same thing. Right?
It's one of those
right?
leases.
One's got to. Well, hold on. One's got to hire ABV.
Yeah, we all know which one that is.
Yeah. So, yeah. Right. All right. Well, I think we're about wrapped up here. I appreciate you guys coming in. John, taking your time to get online with us and talk. Hopefully we'll get you back on for more conversation. I know as a wrecker, I thought it was important to kind of get your thoughts on it because you dive wrecks predominantly. Keith and I, we're predominantly in the middle of a piece of rock somewhere. What can you say about a piece of rock? Hey, it's a rock.
It's dark.
It's dark.
I'm pretty excited about diving in the United States. That would be definitely is going to be on my bucket list. That's going to be an incredible dive.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, once it does go down and it stabilizes, I thoroughly plan on getting an expedition trip together and going either through finding the dive or just friends going. To me, it's not a money-making operation. This is about seeing something that's really pretty cool and sharing it, with the world out there. And I tell you what, hopefully they'll allow scooters, because Keith and I have talked about, you know what I'm thinking, what you talked about, Keith. So what he wants to do is he wants to do Top Gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We've been talking about doing the Oriskany for the while before this ever went down. We haven't had a chance to do it yet, just getting things together. But I have thoughts in my head which probably don't belong there. But I had a thought of me and him doing a skit on the deck of the Oriskany, and just like either him or I, on the flight line with the scooter and just throttling it and just going and just just in the background having the Top Gun music just ding.
What we could do, we've got our helmets.
That would be pretty cool.
We could paint our helmets like Goose and
we just put the little just on the helmets just
that would be hilarious.
That just came to me out of nowhere. I'm going, oh my god!
I haven't seen or heard of anybody doing that.
No,
so that would be hilarious.
We have mental issues.
Well, I would think I'd be right there with you.
Now you're going to see 5,000 videos of it come up next week.
I would be all over that.
Yeah. I tell you what. Yeah, highway.
Well, good, because we need somebody to go
underwater.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Kneel down on the deck, and you're just.
Yeah, we need somebody to kneel down. So I'm videoing. Bill's getting ready to go. We just need somebody in the flat line going.
Yep. And watch him take off.
The problem is that John would want to be one of the speed freaks.
I don't care who takes off. It'd just be funny as hell.
I think it would be.
And this is the thing that goes through my head when I'm just sitting here driving down the road.
So that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Be. So, all right. Well, I guess we're about out of time. I appreciate everybody watching this. If you would like, please like and subscribe. It helps us out greatly. Remember, Bikini Atoll. I'm just going to throw it out there one more time. Maybe you'll find us for a Bikini Atoll trip. They'll be like, no.
Please.
No.
Please.
So, all right, guys. I appreciate
we'll work for content.
Yeah, we'll work for content.
We'll work for content.
Whoa,
yeah.
What kind of content are you talking about?
Like, wait a minute. Time out.
Hey, look. All I'm going to say is I did try to register OnlyFans.
OnlyFans
Didn't work out well.
Yeah. Only fins. Yeah.
Only fins.
Yeah. So I think we know a Ukrainian that
taken.
might fit that bill. So,
Oh boy.
so, but all right. Well, until next
All right.
time, we'll see you guys. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the next dive.
Take care.